Hey guys, welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and of course I am Dylan. And you know what? Ever since Rogue One came out, I had tons of ideas for movies, books, TV shows that they could do. Eventually, I decided to take my ideas and make a story of my own and write it down and type it up and stuff like that. And that is what this is. This is a fan-made story made by me. I will narrate it, however, I am not a very good speaker. I am not a very good narrator. I am not an official writer or anything like that. This is just fan made. Of course, feel free to mute my terrible voice and read it, watch it for yourselves. I did make it. I am proud of it. It's a fan made story made by me, and I hope you guys do enjoy that. With that said, I can't put music in these videos because it's copyrights. However, feel free to mute me and turn on some Star Wars music and enjoy my fan-made story. Star Wars The Rise, Chapter 10, The Sister. What are you doing here? Kevin yells. You know her? Kevin Litt asked. He says nothing except puts his hand on his sword, ready for a fight. So, you built me and my husband a factory. Perfect. I plan to make droids and sell them Slade. Funny how you are the one who ended up doing it. Slade, Lit says. Yeah, I forgot you don't know. Kevin's real Sith name is Slade. If she knows that, she's a Sith, Jarv says. Who is she? Jarv asked again. Oh, why, his big sister, of course. I'm Valerie, but I was once known as Princess Decay. Little did I expect you, she says and closes her eyes. Little brother, when she opened one of them, it's pale yellow. Kevin flashes back to his past for a moment. He remembers meeting her. A girl much older than him comes in and says hi. I'll be your new sister now. What's your name? He starts to say Kevin, but stops and says Slate. I understand. It's hard getting used to it. My name was Valerie. You can call me DK. Now we'll have so much fun, won't we, Slate? She says and puts her arms around him creepily. He remembers training with her. Being the oldest out of the 12 of them, the stick clashed with one another. She laughed. You're quite fast. She then twists it and comes in for another blow, only for Slade to block. It knocks her off her feet. And strong, she says. She then kicks his feet and makes him fall. But my strengths never fail, do they, boy? You might be the strongest, but I'm the smartest, she declares. She's super crafty, Slade's brother says. Slade agrees. Suddenly, he's pulled back to his time. I was always good at building droids, she says. I had so many ideas for droids. I believe they were my future. Are you the one who killed the old man? Slade says as he pulls out the blade. She laughed. No, but I wish. I do know who it was, though. Hilariously. All I had to do was bow to him, and I would live. So I did. I don't care about being top dog. I just want to be free. To be me. He let go, and on my own path, I met my husband and started work on droid designs. Kevin lowered his blade. So are you no longer Sith then? She laughed. I did bow to him, remember? My loyalties rely with my master. I am Sith, just not Lord. Why do you ask? If I remember right, you died long ago. But I could have sworn I smelled life on you. I guess fate has it I must do as my stupid old man tried. But listen, join me instead. I'll let you live. Together we could rule with droids across the galaxy. She then laughed. Kevin then jumps with the blade in his hand. She blocks it with her arm. I guess that's the answer is no. Kevin's eye then turns yellow. I'll destroy the Sith as well as your Sith droid factory. Oh, very well then, she says and pulls out her blade. Let's have some fun. Kevin slashes at her, but she easily blocks it. Kevin uses his strength to try to overcome her, but just as they were kids, she's crafty. Using the force and slight movements of her finger, she flings rocks and dust into Kevin's eye, but he has caught on to her. He's grown up too. She hopes to lead him into a corner and then strike him blade down, only to kick up her heel into his gut. But as she plans to do so, Kevin force pushes her away. Jarv grabs the cash and runs for the ship. You can't beat me, she says. You remember why I'm called Decay, right? She then slams her palm on the ground, and it sends a shockwave out, which slowly turns rocks and dirt to ash. He jumps away. She follows and slams into the ground using her force powers. One touch and Kevin will die. Again, she tries to catch him. I know, Kevin says back. You were always the crafty one, using your surroundings to your advantage. But I've grown to know your trick too. Look behind you, he says. She looked surprised as she turned around. Fact is, she's on the slightest tip of a cliff. She created it with a touch of her hand. He's led her into a trap. He made her make a cliff to where she would have nowhere else to go. Born from her own power. Finish it! She yells at Kevin. Kevin straightens up. You're not worthy of my time. I've already beaten you at your own game, he says and walks onto the ship. She screams and yells as she throws her blade toward his back. Your wish, then, sister, he says and blocks the sword and makes the cliff crumble. You think she'll... Lit asked. No, that won't kill the crafty jerk. But it gave us some time to get away. Out as fast as they can. Then hyperspace jump. As the Sith raises her head, her eyes fixed on the object flying away from her until it disappears. To be continued.